Maxima. This is MR, your host, and this is a very, very special episode because we're doing it live. So, there's an accompanying YouTube video for this. Please do check it out at youtube.com/Mabuhai Maxima. I think. I will double check. I did not think this through. Well, anyway, if you're listening right now, I would just like to say, hello, yoo-hoo, hi family, and I hope you're having a pleasant day today. As of this recording, we are still in quarantine because of the pandemic. I hope you're all good and safe and healthy, and you're with your family. And for our frontliners who are listening in right now, thank you so much for all the work and sacrifice that you're doing. Mabuhay kayo. Sobrang mabuhay kayo. May God bless you. And may you have the strength and perseverance and endeavor to continue on and push on. And just to let you know that we are here for you. Okay. So, sorry, I was a bit out of breath because I went downstairs. Yes, this is me revealing that I do not do this in a studio, but actually in my bedroom. I apologize. In the future, I'll probably have the budget for the studio. But anyway, I'm a bit out of breath because I have to get my little surprise for everybody. Because today we are doing episode 11, the things that I have learned as a fur mama. And as some of you probably already know, I am a proud mommy of a very beautiful furry baby. And his name is Benny. His full name is Ramon Benedict Ramos. Because, yeah, my boyfriend got it for me. And technically he's the dad, so it has to be his name and blah, 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 blah. In short, Benny. Benedict because I named him after Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm a Cumber cookie. I'd rather say the more general term for his fandom, but yeah, we are general audience. So Cumber cookie. So say hi, Benny. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Here's Benny. Say look. Say hi, Benny. Look at the screen. He doesn't do anything really. So anyway, so this episode is all about, well, Benny, not just Benny, but the things that I have learned as a dog mom or a fur mom. So if you have a fur baby of your own, or you are really planning to get your own fur baby, this episode is for you. Right? Isn't that right, Benny? You want to say something? It doesn't say anything really. No, you don't say anything. I love you too. Anyway, so first things first, I would like to share the story of how I got Benny. So my baby, I believe it was 2 years ago, the mid of June, he was sent off to work as a chef for a cruise line. So he had to work as a seaman. And he would be away for 6 months, and it was a tough time for us because yes, we were relatively new, but ever since we started out dating, we have been inseparable. Like we see each other almost every day. So it was the first time that we will be apart, and it was really an emotional time for us. And he surprised me with a parting gift. Yeah, he gave me Benny. Benny was, I believe, 4 months old when I got him. So it was his parting gift that Benny is someone that I can take care of while he was away. Someone that I can channel my love and attention to. And he made sure that Benny is a boy because according to him, Benny will be the only boy that I would pay attention to while he is away. Yes. Yes, Benny. Yes. Benny said yes. So anyway, so that's how I got Benny. So at first, he was marketed to him as a black Maltese. but apparently those things do not exist. So as he grew up, he eventually looked like a Shih Tzu, eventually looked like a Japanese Spitz. He at one point he became sort of like a Saint Bernard thing, and there was one time I came home and he had this white X across his face, and it was not chalk or anything, it was his fur. His fur became white as a white X from here to here, sorry. And I told my parents, are you sure that's Benny and you did not kill him by accident and buy another dog to replace him while I was away? Then after the next day over, the white stuff disappeared. So as you can see, Benny is all black, except for the cute white patch in the middle that never got away. Like, from the day that I started to have him, it was already there. Are you showing your pink tongue, Benny? Ako yan. So there. And yeah, with Benny, my BB got me a notebook because I know nothing about taking care of dogs. And honestly, before I met him, I was afraid of dogs because I've been bitten like 3 times already, and I have the trauma of having the actual bite and the treatment after. I mean, 10 shots of anti-rabies at RITM is ugh. Like, I wasn't afraid of needles, but after that, I was like petrified of needles. After that, I don't know. So yeah, he got me this notebook, and this is what's inside. So the notebook is right here. If you're checking it out at YouTube at the same time, I'm showing it out to you. So actually, the Mabel sticker from Gravity Falls, I just added that. It was just a plain green notebook at first. So yeah, at first, it was really empty. Really, really empty. And all he had were the first 2 pages, like page 1 and page 2. Yes. You want to read it? No? You okay? Okay. You can stay on the bed. Just don't pee. Okay, so since I really didn't know how to take care of my son, he had a few pointers. It says how to take care of Benny. So I'm gonna read it out to you guys. It's general tips for taking care of a puppy, like really young puppy, like 4 months and younger. So yeah, first stuff that he has written here is that 1, always rub alcohol or wash your hands before touching the dog or the cat or whatever pet you're going to have. You don't want it to get infected with whatever bacteria you're carrying. 2, feed it 2 times a day, morning and nighttime. 3, let him adjust to your new home. Don't stress him yet on the first 2 weeks. And just keep it in the cage for the meantime, so that he or she or whatever animal you're gonna get or you already have, it's gonna have time to get used to his personal space. Then he or she or they will go out to the rest of the household or wherever you're living right now. Number 4, never forget to check if he has water to drink. He added this. I know it's a bit of common sense, but he added this because I myself always forget to drink water. So he was probably scared that I would do the same for Benny. And he's really comfy right now. You like the bed, Benny? And number 5, dog food choices. So if you're in the Philippines, you can get this for your new puppy, for the new fur baby. His suggestions were Beef Pro Puppy, Pedigree Puppy, and Yukanuba Puppy. So, as a disclaimer, I'm not affiliated to any of these 3. Why are you excited? Any of these 3 dog food brands. It's just right here. So, okay, just a disclaimer. I do not personally endorse them as well. But for Benny, I went with Beef Pro because it was the one that's the most readily accessible, and it was the cheapest at the time. Number 6, only let him out of the cage if you are there to monitor. Number 7, avoid dusty places and insecticide sites. Number 8, he will poop or pee 30 minutes to an hour after eating. Number 9, I'm already at the second page. Number 9, don't carry him too much on the first 8 months, just little by little. Number 10, love him like a child. And 11, the last one, is electric fan. Like humans, naiinitan, or dogs also feel heat and warmth. And Benny has thick fur, so maintain siya maiinitan siya pagtapat ng araw. So he will feel really warm and hot when, well, there is sunlight around. If possible, tapat mo sa kanya yung small fan, or if open yung aircon, dun kayo. So, advisably, if you have fur babies with thick fur, always have an electric fan or a source of cool wind, or let them stay in an air-conditioned room so that they will not get too hot. Because again, dogs do not have sweat glands, so they get hot easily, although they pant. But I mean, imagine that's the only way for you to release all of that heat. So keep them cool and nice. So for my personal tips into taking care of your fur baby, especially when your fur baby is just starting out with you, is you make an imprint on your fur baby. Like, make him or her know that you are the mommy or the daddy. How I did this with Benny was, his feet got tangled with the cord. Well, how I did with Benny when he was young was, while he was in the cage, I would just sit there by him and put my hand over the cage, and wherever he is at that side of the cage, I would put my hand there and stroke him little by little, so that he would get familiarized with my touch and with me being around. So, like, I'm conditioning him to find comfort while I am around. So it's like telling him that I'm your mommy, you are safe with me. So that's what I did, especially when we were going out. I would always keep Benny close by and make sure that he is safe. Yeah. And make an imprint in a way wherein when he's still young and really baby-ish, do not scold him too much. Talk to him in a loving and soothing manner so that he or she would recognize you as a person who is safe, where he can be comfortable with. Yeah. And then next would be, again, like in the notebook, do not hold him too much for the first few months, because, are you comfy there? Because prior to Benny, we had a small puppy also. He was a white one. I think the pure Maltese. Really, really, really small. Like, I guess less than 2 months old. And the mistake that we did was we let him roam around the house. And our house, for a puppy that small, is, no joke, he's that big. No joke whatsoever. He's that big. For a puppy that small, our place is extremely huge. So, he eventually died right away, probably after a month or so. I forgot the term when puppies die because of stress. It starts with a P, but yeah, it was that. And he was being hauled on most of the time by my sister. My sister's a special child, so she cannot help it. So what I did was with Benny when he started out was I would let him stay in the cage for most of the time during his younger months. And yeah, he would just be let out of the cage or off his playpen. He eventually had a playpen around when I'm around. Yeah. And my next one would be contrary to popular belief, dog food is actually cheaper than human food. Guys, do not feed your dogs human food unless you're pretty sure that your human food is good for your doggy. Ain't that right, Benny? Yes. Like, Kasi in the Philippines, I'm not sure for any other country. In the Philippines, a kilogram of dog food costs around, the cheapest is 120 pesos. So that's less than $3. And a kilogram of dog food for a dog of this size, here is Benny's full size, by the way. Benny, I'm gonna lift you up, okay? It's okay, I'm here. So this is Benny's full size. Yes. So a kilogram of dog food for Benny's full size would last him for a long time, probably more than a week. And depending on his eating habits, like if he eats all the time, then probably less. But Benny's not really much of an eater. Like he only eats when he wants, when he feels like he's hungry. He's not the kind of dog that gets motivated by food. He gets motivated by touch. So yeah, so for Benny, a kilogram of dog food lasts for more than a week. For hungrier dogs or other animals would be less, but still, I mean less than $3 for a week's worth of food. And your food for a meal is also $3 worth. I mean, do the math. Dog food is way cheaper, and it's also better because they have already those specified nutrients that's meant for your baby. Okay. And next will be, don't forget the shots. Go to your local vet. Make sure when you get a puppy or a dog or a cat or any animal that you have his or her medical records, or at least a note of what kind of shots he or she has been through or has already taken, so that you won't accidentally overdose him or miss a step and not get his full requirements. So yes. And next will be proper toys. Penny, we're talking about your toys now. So yeah, I love you too. He's very licky. So proper toys will be something. If you're going for some of a cloth-based toy, make sure that the cloth is not the kind that that lends easily or that tears up easily. So do not get any of those fancy silky type of toys. They will break. And the bad thing is your fur baby might accidentally ingest the particles of cloth. And for rubber, the moment that appear in the rubber appears, discard it. I mean, you don't want your fur baby to accidentally swallow rubber pieces. He or she might die, because I have a neighbor here. He told me when he first saw Benny that he had a Shih Tzu for 14 years and eventually he died, and they were really curious as to why, because they just found him out of the blue dead, and they had him autopsied, and apparently there are a lot of candy wrappers stuck in his stomach. So make sure he doesn't ingest anything that he shouldn't be ingesting. That's for the toys. And more or less, do not buy your fur baby too many toys. That's my mistake. I thought I was spoiling him when I'm buying him too many toys, but apparently, like children, your fur baby has a favorite one, and eventually the newer toys that you get will be, well, ignored, discarded, or not played with. And so do not buy him too much toys. If you see him liking a specific one, for him, he really likes his hedgehog. It's a soft hedgehog wherein he chews on it, and it's really good because nothing really happens. The cloth material is really durable, and he's a squeaky octopus. That's his first toy. That's also his favorite. And what you call this? Oh, and my personal mistake, no matter how fancy the toy is, like it's squeaky or whatnot, especially the long squeaky toys wherein it's like a whole pail of squeakiness. I thought it was good for him because, like, I was thinking, oh, a big toy, he will really have a lot of areas to play with. But apparently it doesn't work that way. So tip another tip for buying toys is do not buy a toy that is as the same size or length or even bigger than your dog, because he will not play with it. He does not play with it. I don't know. He's intimidated, I guess. Why are you showing your pink tongue again? And then next tip would be, it really matters, honestly, how you say it. So it's like talking to people. Like, tone of voice is really important. Like, for example, if I'm gonna tell Benny that he did a bad thing, I would say it in a firm, strict voice, like, Benny, what's wrong with you? Or something like that. And then, so that he would know that what he's doing is bad and he should be attentive. But most of the time, I do it in baby voices, like, as you might have been hearing for the earlier parts of this episode. I've been casually talking to him. So yeah, so for Benny, mostly he thinks I'm just a loving mommy, and he knows that I don't like him chewing on things that are not his toys. And he knows that I do not like it when he plays around too much, like really messy around while you're working. So when he's trying to mess me around while I'm working, I would say, Benny, no. And he would just sit on the side and just be there and like lay his head on my lap or something, and that's okay for me. So yeah, so it really depends on the tone of voice, not actually on how you're saying it. And another thing would be, when you play like horseplay with your fur baby, make sure to not hit him too much, even though he thinks he likes it. Because the downside that I've noticed is that when you hit him or horseplay with him, I'm sorry, I hit the mic by mistake. When you hit him, when it comes the time wherein you really need to actually like hit him or just pick the nose because he did something bad, or just scare him or whatever, or to discipline him in general, he wouldn't know the difference between horseplay and discipline. So just be mindful of your actions towards your fur baby. And if you're thinking of having a fur baby, what are the benefits that you can possibly have? One is, besides you have a companion at the house, is they will love you unconditionally. No one will ever love you like your fur baby. I refuse to call them as pets, because for me, pets are animals that you keep because you feel that you need someone in the house. But a fur baby makes you a fur parent, so there is a connection there. I mean, there's a bond. You're treating the animal as family. So no one will love you more than a fur baby, honestly. I mean, the love and loyalty that they give you is unparalleled. And what is that? And they really, really love warm hugs, because I mean, look at that. Penny, he's comfy. So yeah, they love warm hugs, they love touches, because I don't know if it's the same with all animals, because it's not the same with every person that I meet, but their love language is touch. Well, some it's food, but for my Benny it's touch. Yeah. So as a parent, it's also your responsibility to know how you will be able to express your love and care for your fur baby. May it be through gifts, through food, or through, well, touch. Yes. And I know the story of my Benny's. I honestly got him from a pet shop. My BB bought him from a pet shop. But as much as you can, if you're planning to get the fur baby, please adopt instead. Adopt, don't shop, because there are a lot of innocent animals in the pound waiting to be killed and euthanized. So the best way for you to save them is to adopt and let them know that they are not just a menace or a nuisance in this world, that they are a creature waiting for a family, waiting to be loved, and that person who will give that nurture and love is you. Where you go? You want to go back to the bed? Okay, just don't pee, okay? So yeah, adopt, don't shop. Like, if I'm gonna get another fur baby, I'll probably adopt too. And there is no magic blueprint for every single kind of fur baby out there. So it's like, also, there's no magic blueprint for every single baby that has ever been born. So as a parent, it is your responsibility to make that discovery for your fur baby and to make that connection with him, so that no matter how many people you have in the house, like for us, we have 5 people living here, my fur baby, my Benny, knows that I am his mommy, that I am the one who will be looking after him all the time. Like, I am the one he is safest with. So it's your responsibility as a fur mama, fur daddy, or fur parent to make that connection. It's like having a kid, but cheaper. And you don't have to send them to school. That's the best part. No, I'm kidding. I mean, if you have kids, go ahead. I mean, I dream to be a mommy someday. I'm just saying, for babies, the benefit is you don't have to send them to school. And and another tip, if you want to have a fur baby but the people in your house do not want it, like for example, in this household, honestly, it is a strict rule. My mommy doesn't like pets inside the house. So what my brother did when he bought the white Maltese, the one that died right away, the one I told you, is he just brought him in, no questions asked, and yeah, that's it. And if that doesn't work, what I did when I brought Benny home was, I told my mommy that it was a gift, because honestly it was. So if you want to have a fur baby but the people at home, make it so, like for example, you brought it home and a friend gave it to you. Like for example, your best friend found a puppy and gave it to you, and yeah, since you know it's a live being, you won't send it away. You're not a heartless creature, you know. So it's a live being. I'll take care of. It needs someone to take care of, to be taken care of. My English. It needs someone to take care of it. So yeah, that person is you. And for Benny, that worked for my mom, because even if she didn't want pets in the house, what can she do, right? Send him away. And I will see you all again soon. This is MR, and this is Benny. Say bye-bye, Benny. And this is Mabuhai, Maxima. And you are listening to episode 11. Things that I have learned as a fur mama. And I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye. That's it! We did it! Okay, yay! I am sweaty because I have to turn off the electric fan for this, and we have been running for almost 30 minutes. Hey, not bad because we're talking about Benny. So, if you like this video, guys, just click like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Yes, this is the first official video of youtube.com/Mabuhai Maxima. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.